I have found great peace and so much inspiration lately. And I want to share a little bit with you how I transformed my thinking and my mind, and how I'm bringing back all of the things that I'm passionate about, and how it's bringing me the greatest peace that I could ever imagine. Bright and early, and there is a little bit of dew here in Dew Valley, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about the changes in my thinking and the changes and how I've had so much inspiration. And I want to share with you what really brings me the greatest peace and inspiration, and what gives me the greatest encouragement in life. Ever since I first got married at age 17, I had enjoyed the slow pace of living. Once a week, I would travel about an hour to my parents' house, and then I would go and spend the morning and I would do some shopping in our Mennonite community. I also would go to a bookstore that was made and built by Mennonites, and they were the very plain Mennonites, and I would get reading material there. I've always enjoyed the slow pace of living. I didn't know that there was anything that was so spectacular as far as, the media when it comes to slow pace of living. I didn't have a YouTube channel, and I don't think there was YouTube back when I was married. I really learned about YouTube in 2017. I didn't even have the internet up until then, and all of a sudden YouTube opened my horizons. And I started making videos in 2017. And of course, I made the videos of my everyday life, and I shared with you all of the things that I like to do. It's no different than today. I would talk about my family and talk about my life and talk about all of the things that I was doing on the little homestead. And then, maybe about a year or two into that, I started getting every once in a while the negative feedback. Of course, everybody gets that on YouTube. But I wasn't used to that. I didn't realize that I was not the only one. Back in YouTube, I was extremely naive, and I didn't realize that, well, that's how it is for everyone. Maybe some people are pointed out more than others, but you're always going to have people that are going to make fun of you. For the first time in my life, I had people that made fun of me, and I didn't understand why. I couldn't understand why they would make fun of me. What harm was I doing to anyone by sharing my life and just being happy-go-lucky Homestead Tessie? And it wasn't until many years that I become accustomed and I become aware of just how life can be. I lived a very sheltered life. My mom, my grandma, my aunts, all of the people around me that I associated myself with were like me. We just spent our everyday life doing things at home, and we were all loved and respected. And it took me quite a while to get over the feeling of rejection. Of course, I'm not rejected much, but of course, if you're not used to people criticizing you, it can be a hard blow. I love the Amish lifestyle. I love old-fashioned living. I have a very creative mind and a very sense of well-being and what creates peace in my life. But then after a while being on YouTube, I started somewhat censoring myself and thinking, well, somebody's not going to like this, until I double-guessed every single thing I did. I double-guessed that for years. Imagine double-guessing yourself every single day for years, because I thought maybe there was something wrong with me if somebody didn't like what I was doing. I know, chalk it up to immaturity. Maybe I haven't grown emotionally like some people, or maybe my heart is just too kind and sweet. But that's how it was for me. And then I think this last year especially has really been dramatic for me as far as learning who I am and accepting who I am and doing all of the things that I enjoy doing without any thinking double. And it has been so freeing to me. I love the life that I live. Through the years, you all have been such a comfort to me because you have shared wisdom with me, guidance, and you've been my mothers and my sisters, and some of you, my grandma. I have quite a few of you that are in your 80s that watch my videos, and that is such a high blessing. And I am so humbled by all of you because the older generation, I find the greatest wealth of information. And I love older generations. The women in their, some would say their silver years, some would say their years of winter. I like to say in their beautiful, most cherished years. Life is very fleeting to all of us, but to have women that comment me and they're in their 70s and their 80s and even some in their 90s, it's so beautiful to me because I feel like my grandmas are with me yet. Little house in the prairie, Amish lifestyle, simple living, Mennonite life, grandma's way of living, heirloom living. All of these things inspire me and they give me the greatest peace. Simply because I think I'm going back to some of my roots and I am loving it.